if we leave the default mode of temporality and dive into those different representations, how do you feel this can open up new futures?
Mm, mm, mm. So I think it really can. First of all, I think it becomes a more inclusive conversation already, because I think how temporality is brought in, and if it's only talked about in certain ways, obviously becomes a conversation among those who endorse or believe that and see time that way, right? Because only certain conversations can happen.
Yeah.
If we agree that the history is A, and we all agree that that was the history, we all agree the present we occupy is B, and therefore the future is within the cone of ABC, then I think there's already just an act of excluding certain cultures, certain civilizations, certain orientations from even having the conversation. And so I think that already changes the way we future who can participate in the conversation. And then I think after that, it's really a minefield. It's a beautiful, beautiful, I think, open space of where the mind can go, and what we can begin to imagine. I've learned a lot from Real Miller's work, and you talk about him, and I think you've had a conversation with him around the questions of imagination and anticipatory assumption, and that's a sort of a theoretical frame, the idea of futures literacy that I've really learned from him. And what I appreciate so much about it is that, first of all, acceptance that there are different anticipatory systems that people have, and those begin to define their anticipatory assumptions, which in a way become the boundaries for imagination. And so the possibility of removing those boundaries, I think, because we begin to appreciate different conceptions of time, I think is so important. One of the slides I sometimes share, because I work very much in the space of governance, public governance, which is a fairly mundane thing at the end of the day, is to ask the question, what does appreciating different conceptions of time possibly mean for urban planning or for public governance in an administration? And I try to talk about how I think there could be very direct implications for how we literally see administrative time, how we begin to see imagination space for potential ways of understanding issues, never even mind solutions and innovations. I just think it opens up space, and I'm always for opening up space.